Alright, y'all. Episode 4. Welcome to Derry. Let's talk about it. I thought that this scene was so funny. For them to roll up in the police station, boy, they was hyped. They said, we got the pictures, we got the evidence, we about to let them know. Especially Lily. Lily, this was her moment. This was her moment. And for the police chief to call it out and be like, oh my God, a whole bunch of nothing. Like, I don't know. He was just over the top with it. He was over the top with it. And he literally told her to her face, you just came from the crazy house. And then you roll up on me with pictures of nothing, pictures of the cemetery. Yeah, you gonna get sent back. Like, he pretty much told her that. Everybody else in complete disbelief, just like Lily. Rich, of course, talking too much. And I love him for it. But my boy he will have to pull him back. Because he's like, keep your mouth closed, right? I don't really think Ronnie said too much. I can't really remember, but I would have remembered if she said something significant, right? But, yeah, all of them looking stupid. And what I thought was interesting about this scene, though, the only picture that stayed the same was the picture of it as a clown, right? And even then, that still makes no sense because they're like, oh, it's a clown. And a statue? Like, that's what they thought it was. They were like, you tripping off a statue? So, it is really messing with these kids' head right now. Okay, for him to keep the imagery going long enough for them to think that they really developing actual evidence, he's playing 3D chess. These kids ain't standing a chance right now. All right, then we got my second favorite scene of the episode. That was when Will almost drowned. You know, it came for him in the water as soon as his daddy left. Now, it wasn't really that scary. Obviously, for the kid, it was scary, right? You know what I'm saying? But for me, it was the fact that, one, his daddy kind of sensed it. Because, like, you couldn't really hear Will screaming like that. But I feel like his daddy kind of sensed something was wrong and he took off immediately, right? One, Pops, 100%, you got my respect for that. But two, it's the fact that Will finally opened his mouth and said something and was like, hey, Dad, like, there's something going on. Something in here is after us, right? And his daddy believed him, right? So, for me, that's mad props to him for, like, listening to his kid and being like, you know what, I was just dealing with a man who was digging around in the back of my head. Like, there's gotta be something happening, right? The army is literally after something crazy. Like, let me listen to my kid. So, I rocks with him for believing in his kid. And it was almost like immediately that he did it, right? So, I rocks with him. Now, my favorite scene is this. Halloran is crazy. First of all, he's powerful because the way he went inside of, what was his name? Tanlin? I think Taniel. He got inside Taniel, one of the native people's head to get the secrets of, like, the origin of it. And y'all, I like how they did the origin of it because I already knew a little bit about it, but the way they described it of, like, it coming from outside of the dimension but being trapped inside of a star as his prison, that's already dope. Right? And then his prison hitting the earth and cracking open. The star actually cracked open, and that's how it, you know, came to be in the town of Derry. Actually, it was like a forest, but you know, we ain't getting into the details right now. Hey, dope origin story, right? Even the whole thing, it made me a little bit mad, but the whole thing about the native people using pieces of the star as weapons to fight against it, and then using the star pieces to make the trap to keep him locked away in one area. So, I ain't gonna lie, they crushed it with the origin story. But for me, it was just the fact that Hanlon tried to tell him. He was like, hey man, this not gonna be pleasant for nobody involved. You can either tell me now or I'm gonna get it anyway, right? I feel like the way the kid version of Taniel was telling the story, I was like, oh, you know, folktale type deal. When I guess that was his auntie, I forgot, old lady Rose, whatever her name is, when her eye kind of like glitched, and then you see Hanlon smiling, he looked evil. Are you the villain? Like, this, I know you're like getting a paycheck, but you ain't gotta be so happy that you're tormenting what looks to be a kid. Cause remember, this is a memory. You tormenting the kid. Why are we doing this, right? Hanlon might be on something. I'm still rocking with him, but he seemed a little evil in that. But I did say he was powerful. I did not know he was gonna be able to do this, right? This is cool. I want to see more. And what's got me is that his grandma popped up again, and she was like warning him about something. I think if he keep using his power, it is gonna find him. I think it is gonna find him, and he's gonna have to get away quick. It's gotta be. It's crazy. First of all, let's talk about the MVP of the episode. Okay, in my opinion, my favorite character of the episode was her. What was her name? Charlotte Hanlon. Yeah, I rocks with her. Okay, she pulled up on that police station trying to get Ronnie Daddy out of jail, saying, "Hey, I'm from the South. I know how they be doing. They ain't got no evidence on you. I contacted your lawyer. I contacted your mama. Like, I'm gonna get you out." You know, she even said she pulled up on the police who wasn't trying to really let her talk to him or whatever. She was like, "Look, first of all, if you want me to get MLK, RFK Jr., RFK, whatever other RFK, whatever JK, whatever it is you want, I'm gonna get them. Have the Freedom Riders outside your door." I rocks with her. Now, I know just a second ago I said that I was rocking with Leroy Hanlon, the daddy. Yeah, he was making me mad. Alright, like, "Oh, lay low, we can't be doing all of that. I got something important going on." Man, get out of here. You gonna let an innocent man reside in jail because you working? Yeah. Anyway, MVP, I rocks with her. She better not die. And I know she gonna get my boy out. Even though I call him my boy. But Ronnie Daddy, when I found out what was going on, what Ronnie Daddy was doing, y'all, I'm disappointed, first of all. Like, I mean, I won't say I'm disappointed, but I am. Because I'm like, he getting caught up behind this. Of all things. Like, it just happened? You know what times you living in? But he keeping his mouth closed for a reason. Right? Because we know what the times was like. As soon as they find out, he said they was going to have a rope for him ready on one of them trees. And you know what? I got to respect it. We got to get him out a different way. All right? As long as he... I don't know. As long as he alive, I guess. We understand why he got to keep his mouth closed now. It does make sense. Right? But she going to get it done. I'm happy he confided in somebody. Right? And if I got to talk about my favorite, I got to talk about my most hated of the episode. Man, I don't even know this girl's name. What's her name? Marge? She a snake. Oh, we've been best friends since the first grade. I miss you. I wanna... Why you setting her up? For the okie doke? Yeah, nah. We not rocking with her. In fact, I won't say this is justified. Because I ain't gonna say it's justified for none of the kids. But what I will say is I wasn't feeling too bad while it was happening. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we see that this is happening to her. And if she had really been a friend and talking to Lily, she would have known what was going on. Lily would have told her, right? But on top of that, the fact that Lily still tried to save her life and it ended up making it look like Lily is the one that like tried to stab her eyes out. I don't have words. I don't have words for it. She a snake. I don't like her. I do hope that she's okay and alive and all that. But she better be okay enough to be like, "Hey, Lily wasn't doing this to me. I tried to do it to myself." And you know what? I know she fake. So I know when she is able to talk, she gonna be like, "Oh yeah, Lily crazy. She tried to kill me." Yeah. She gonna be too fake to say she did it to us. Real quick, this scene was fire. I like that the daddy went out there immediately wanting to smoke, right? I don't like that he thought it was his wife doing the freedom thing. It's like, oh, people watching the house. But as soon as he saw that red balloon, yeah, he was like, oh, it's something else. It's it. That thing is really, really out here for my family right now. So this was creepy. I get why Will was scared and rocking in the corner. Like this, yeah, if I see this outside my window, I might be rocking in the corner. And lastly, what is this house? I'm gonna need them to drop the law. Cause what you mean? Is this the entrance to the tunnels? Like, why is this the entrance? What was this before everything went down? Give me the lore. I need to know. Alright? I mean, y'all probably already know. It's been a minute since I watched the movie, so maybe it was in the movies, right? Like, I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's got me curious. Episode 5 need to drop ASAP. Remember, we don't rock with Marge. She a snake. And the daddy, he got my respect on one hand, but on the other hand, if he don't start rocking with his wife, X. He getting the X for me. All right. 7 out of 10.